Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders roster prediction from Cleveland Browns Insider. The Cleveland Browns have some important decisions to make at quarterback this offseason, and former Oregon Ducks star Dillon Gabriel is in the middle of it. He remains in a position competition with Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett. The Cleveland Browns continue to be at the center of the spotlight this offseason thanks to an ongoing quarterback battle that has captured the attention of the NFL and Oregon Ducks fans. While the rest of the AFC North knows who the starter will be in Week 1, barring injury, Cleveland remains in the middle of a four-man race that features former Oregon Ducks quarterback Dillon Gabriel and fellow rookie Shedeur Sanders, along with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Though only one can start in the season opener, it's possible all four players will have a role and see action at some point during the 2025 campaign. Cleveland's quarterback history doesn't leave much room for optimism about having one guy take over and heat the job. Flacco was the brief exception to that in 2023 with the Browns, but to do so again at age 40 will be difficult. Even if Gabriel and Sanders end up receiving little playing time as rookies while sitting behind Pickett and Flacco, it doesn't appear that will impact their long-term standing with the Browns. During a recent appearance on 92.3 The Fan, Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com said that she expects both Sanders and Gabriel to make the 53-man roster despite some recent speculation that changes could be made to the personnel in the crowded quarterback room. It is the most important position on the team, and you might not know this year Shedeur and Dillon are going to be something down the road, Cabot said. So those guys aren't going anywhere. They're keeping Dillon and Shedeur. Those guys are going to make the football team, so you can pretty much take that to the bank. And then it's just a matter of trying to figure out what you would want to do with Joe and Kenny, and I think both of them will play this year. Gabriel has spoken highly of the Browns' quarterback room this offseason and hasn't been afraid to try and learn from the experience of Flacco and Pickett. I think just a diverse room, Gabriel said at mandatory minicamp. Diversity and experience, and just appreciate those guys. Because I think what we've done as a room really well is the inability to dwell on the past. We're just extremely present, so I think there's a lot of juice in the squeeze, but you gotta ask the right questions. And that's what I try to approach every single day. Gabriel became a fan favorite in Eugene after leading the Ducks to a perfect 13-0 regular season record and Big Ten championship. Ducks fans cheered on Gabriel as a 2024 Heisman Trophy finalist and Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. The Hawaii native also wore former Oregon quarterback Marcus Mariota's No. 8 jersey and threw for a career-high 3,857 yards and 30 touchdowns for the Ducks in 2024, while also rushing for 7 touchdowns. They say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. But what happens when you have 5? This summer in Berea, Ohio, the quarterback room at Cross Country Mortgage Campus has turned into a pressure cooker. Inside, there's a war of ambition and arm talent brewing between a composed lefty with a cannon, Dillon Gabriel, and a confident, charismatic playmaker with prime time in his blood, Shedeur Sanders. I've watched every snap, every throw, every muttered play call under breath, and I'm here to tell you, both rookies are making this decision very, very difficult. Chapter 1, The Craftsman, Dillon Gabriel. When we drafted Gabriel in the 3rd round, there was a quiet confidence from the staff. He wasn't flashy, but he was ready. 63 career starts in college, nearly 20,000 passing yards, a man who studied tape like a monk studies scripture. In early OTA drills, Dillon took command like a 10-year vet. His throws, sharp, timed, rarely wasted. There's something old school about him. You mistake him for Drew Brees' cousin, shorter than the prototypical mold, but mechanically pristine. He rarely speaks above a whisper in the huddle, but the team listens. Gabriel's like a surgeon, our QB coach whispered to me after day 3. Not here for likes. He's here to slice. Don't get it twisted. This kid can sling it. During one closed-door red zone session, he zipped 3 touchdowns in 4 reps, each to a different receiver, each on a different read.